Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to do something today which is going to be a lot of fun. For those of you who have not seen my November energy report, you're going to want to watch that even before you see the individual sun sign breakouts. And the reason why is it goes into a really in-depth detail of how we're telling ourselves new spiritual stories and how we're moving into a new period where we're actually going to start creating new earth based on this new spiritual story. But we're in the midst of it, and that is one of the reasons why I really wanted to put forth these individualized sun sign videos. I'm not typically focused on astrology, although I'm getting much more interested and I may end up doing more astrology in the future. But what I'm going to do here is you're going to find this video probably in two places. You're either watching this on What on New Earth or you're watching it on Intuit Oracle. I felt that these videos were, perfect for both audiences because I am going to be using Intuit Oracle cards, and that is the official sponsor of What on New Earth. It happens to also be my business with Kimberly Aria, and I absolutely love reading cards, so I'm putting it together with this newfound love of astrology. And I mentioned in the other video that there's an app called Sirius Joy, that's Sirius Joy, that a lot of the information I'm bringing forth is based on. The lead astrologer, an amazing, he calls himself Sensei, and I think that's the perfect title for him, Christopher Witecki. You're going to want to check out his app because I cannot even begin to tell you what an impact it has made on my spiritual journey, and I've been doing this a long time. Quick change. So I'm so excited about it. So what I'm going to do is, this is the same introduction that's going to be on each sun side video. So if you're watching a second for your rising sign or your ascendant, and I highly recommend that you check all three because all three are going to be extremely important for you. But if you are, you're going to have already seen this beginning, so you're just going to want to spin on through and go right to the meat of it. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, I sure hope you'll stick around. We'll be right back.
Still and silent, calm before the storm, gold and diamond, jewels behind the throne, into the night, out of the dark, take to the sky, chasing the stars, all that we said, all that we are. Waiting to fly, this is the start. Hide and seek, reason and rhyme, grand and glorious. Living the dream, yours and mine, euphoria.
Welcome back, Capricorn. It is time for your reading. First, we're going to take a quick astrological look at what is happening in your new spiritual story. And then I'm going to pull out some cards and take an even deeper dive in and see what we get. Okay. First, I want to remind you that the information I'm going to be presenting is information that I took directly from Christopher Witecki. He is an incredible astrologer. Sirius Joy is his app and his platform. I do not go into any of the details. He goes into a spiritual narrative walk day to day. You are going to want to check out his stuff. In the meantime, I've digested some information. I got very interested in this project because when I found out that we're all kind of going into new spiritual stories, that are really being healed from not only this year, all the work that we've been doing since February 17th, which is an interesting number, all the way back to 2012, which I know I had some very significant things happen in 2012, and I'm sure you did too. And then even going as far back as Atlantis, if you want to look at past lives and things like that, Lemuria. So we're coming out of this old spiritual story, this old spiritual season, and we're moving into a new one. So we're going to take a look at how that is affecting Capricorns or Capricorn rising. You're going to be taking a look at now from here on in and where you belong in the world. So you've been taking a look at how you see yourself in the world, where you belong, where you don't, who you interact with, who you affiliate with, who you don't affiliate with, where you're doing business. All of this has to do with defining where you belong. Okay, so you're probably going through a period of time where you're opening new doors, closing old doors, cutting cords with friends, or you might have a friend that just hasn't really been showing up as a friend, and then the cord gets cut. With Mars in this transit, you may be a little bit less patient with the world and patient with friends. You really know your value. You're knowing your value more and more, and you're wanting them to show up for you. So you might be doing some cutting of cords from friendships or relationships or business relationships. But what is happening right now is you are expanding in your heart's desire. So your love of life and your love of your life is growing. So this includes romantic life. This includes growth in area of things that you love to do. It's expansion in all the things that you love. It might be a time where relationships are harvesting, things that are bearing great fruit, projects that you've been working on. And the new moon to the full moon period of time this November is definitely about aggressive public expansion. So you are coming into new affiliations, new associations, and by the time we reach the full moon lunar eclipse, which I think happens like the 19th, which is Friday, that is going to end one of the dreams that you've had. And what's interesting is that your heart's not really broken over it. There's some things that you've not been happy with in that particular direction. And so you're really getting a chance to grow into a new direction. Let me see here. Okay, so there might be some end of romantic relationships or this dream that you've outgrown. And that is your desire to invest in someplace else in the world. The phase of that career might be over. You're beginning something that's new personal dreams. Okay? You will be getting, I should say, closer and closer over the next couple years to what you've really wanted. And that is putting you in alignment with your heart's integrity. So you're really focused on loving yourself. And it's a quality self-love. It's integrity self-love. So this new plan for the future that you have is because of a change in your attitude, a change in your mindset, which has been tied to your place in the world. It's changing. You've had a turning point in your strategy, a turning point in your attitude, and you are now committing to self-worth, knowing what you're worth. Okay, that means you might be creating a new financial product. You might create a new financial stream, a revenue stream. You have new plans for abundance and manifestation. And by the end of this month in November, you will probably have some kind of a new plan for making money or having a product. In addition to that, you are also opening up for new ways of behaving. All right, new responses to yourself, new responses to other people. You are coming up with a new image. How you plan to interact with other people. All of this is changing. And what's interesting is you're changing. There's a beautification going on. So you may also be taking a look at changing your image. With the change of character comes the change of image. The more you're loving with yourself, the more you're loving with your body. And that is all strengthening your emotional security, your emotional confidence. You may face fears about your work and your daily life breaking down, or your body or your health. But you're to be reminded that this is all just false evidence appearing real. I love when Christopher brings that up a lot. Fear is literally not having it happen, but being afraid it will happen, which gives us the chance to make adjustments. And you're probably facing a lot of mind games that you play with yourself. So you want to really sit and contemplate how you're caring for yourself. You're going to want to take good care of your body for the next couple of months. You tend to age faster if you're under stress and fear, so it's really important that you really be mindful of that. And as the sun moves into Sagittarius at the end of the month and into December, you're going to learn about your own inner faith, and there's going to be things that are changing in your belief structure. So you're going to be learning a new faith. This new faith is going to lead to, I want to say, greater health, greater abundance, greater lifestyle. And it's also going to push you to a place where you're more fearless. All right. So that's a really good thing that's coming for you. The faith has grown in you to a new place, and it's going to lead you to a less stressful life. And it's actually going to bring you a new place in society where you really think differently about yourself, where you feel strong about yourself, where you feel really grounded. So there's that Capricorn earth goat energy really making that climb, feeling very comfortable and very steady. So I couldn't be happier for you. I'm very excited. I am now going to go ahead and take a look at some cards, which will give us an idea of maybe some other things that you've got going on as you enter this new spiritual era for yourself. This period of time, the spiritual changes you're making are probably going to last like the next 3 months while you start to cement these characteristics and qualities. And as you're doing that, you're going to start more and more seeing the deconstruction of your outer world, the outer world of things that have been happening in a bigger realm. And things are going to shift, and they're going to change, and things are being deconstructed. And then right around 2025 is when we're going to start to see the new outlying changes. This is where our world is going to be a different place, and we will have created it through the changes we're making right now. So let's go ahead and let's pull a card. Past, present, and future. This is what we're looking at healing. Okay? What are we looking at healing? Past, present, and future. All right. Let me get my handy dandy book, because these cards are so well written. It's like I don't even. All right. We all arrive on this earth with a plan. We all have lessons to learn. In the process of learning these lessons, most of us will encounter experiences that we will label as bad. This labeling and duality we carry with us wherever we go is what we call our so-called baggage. When we let these labels direct our reactions to life and experiences in the present, or even project them into the future, we're working with lower vibrational energies. Okay, we're identifying with things that we think of as bad. When you're able to integrate your lessons without labels, then you're free to remain in the present experience and enjoy it for what it truly is. You can then move forward into the future without expectations or agendas, and be much more open to what will be for our highest good and our best good. Let go of labels and judgments surrounding this situation. Okay, so really what we're doing now is we're processing these judgments that we've had on this past spiritual season. We're moving into a new spiritual season where we look at things from a higher perspective. So we're basically saying, hey, whatever this brings, it's going to be good for me. And how can I be grateful for it? And that is the easiest way to integrate anything from the past into your present moment that might surface, and then having the least amount of negative impact into your future is, geez, what can this bring to me in this moment? It might not be comfortable, but what can it bring me? Now we're going to look at what Capricorn needs to surrender. What does Capricorn need to surrender for this spiritual journey? Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Fancy that. Isn't that what we were just saying? Outdated beliefs about yourself. Letting go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Okay, I don't think there's a better card for this reading for you. This is absolutely unbelievable. Yes, these are permission slips, but really, I love cards because they actually give you an opportunity to see the physical manifestation of what you're holding in your head, and you're holding in your spiritual being, and you're holding in your, and it's appearing. Out of all the cards, there's 44 cards in that deck or more. There's probably, there's more, definitely. There's probably 56 cards or something like that. That was exactly what you're doing. Got to surrender those outdated beliefs about yourself. All right, let's take a look at life purpose. Practice. We all have heard practice makes perfect, right? This period of time over the next 3 to 4 months is all about practice. It's all about continuing to remain conscious of what comes before you, your opportunities to, make a conscious choice of how you see things, how you interpret things, how you think about things. And it gives you an opportunity to give you new tools for your own use that you build confidence in. Okay? All right, we're going to take the Intuit Oracle 2nd edition. Let's just go ahead and see, what does Source have to tell my Capricorn friends about this change in how they see themselves in the world? What kind of things are we talking about for the people who are watching? All right, hang on. All right. Let's go ahead and get more information from my Capricorn friends, please. First card is Lion. We got some majestic energy going on here. And self-esteem. Now, we also have the Whip, which is arguments sometimes with ourselves or with others. Grasshopper, the Eagle. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, we got Mars, the Tower card. Means big change. What else have we got? Got some Omens, which is the Albatross. All right, let's start with these cards. Interesting cards. All right. So the Lion is indicating, here's the self-esteem. Where you belong in the world has so much to do with where you feel you belong in the world and what you feel like you're worth, right? And as you're making changes, you're really needing to be willing to open up to new areas that are available to you, which are going to help you overcome difficulties, stand in your own authority, and do it from a heart-centered perspective. And the second card that I saw was the Whip. Make sure you can see that. All right. A lot of the Whip is about fighting, doing things again and again, doing things over and over again that can be painful or tense. I want to say that, some of you are going to be revisiting, I want to say self-flagellation. That's what's coming to me. This inner struggle that we have sometimes where we're in inner fights. But I did remember seeing that the next card that came out was the Grasshopper. And the grasshopper is all about becoming more easygoing and don't worry, change that direction. It's time to move on from that. It's time to stop the repetitive things that are not as helpful for you. Take a leap of faith. Be a little bit more easygoing. Don't worry, the universe has got you. I mean, little grasshopper, right? I mean, that's the energy that I'm talking about. The next card I remember seeing is the eagle. And this new period of time is challenging your status quo. It is literally changing the way you have been sort of operating for a while now. This is new hope. And here we got the past, present, and future shows up again. So again, we're being asked to see how all of those moments come really down to 0 point and where we're at in the moment of now. As things come up from the past, how they project in the future is how they're accepted in the present moment. So sometimes if we can try to suspend judgment on what something is for, give gratitude, be in a place of acceptance, try not to take it personally, rise above. And the eagle is the higher perspective, clear vision, the higher perspective, flying from a higher perspective. That's going to enable you to get the best, manifestation out of what happens that might trigger you from the past. And that might go along with the whip as well, almost like advice. We do have the Tower card. So the Tower card is basically the card that says something's coming down, dude. Something's changing. We've got some sudden change. We've got, although I would tend to beg to differ in that I don't know as this has been sudden destruction of your world, but it is a very, very swift, self-assertive, aggressive change. All right. And this also does, I think there was something that I had read about, because of the Mars energy, less patience with the world, less patience with friends, a little bit more aggressive energy. That could have something to do with it as well. So we have some of that Tower energy. I think the next card I got was here, baggage. Baggage, we talked about baggage, and I was just reading about the baggage and letting that stuff go. All right. The albatross is a good omen that this period of time is about letting these things go in any ways that you feel shame or regret or guilt. It's the calm energy that lets you know that baggage is being released. And we've got the energy of the spring new moon, which says, yes, new beginnings. Time to spring into action. It's right here. I mean, I'm recording this on right in the middle center of November. And by the end of this week, which is Friday, you're totally going into this new cycle. This is total new goals. It's rejuvenation. It's not that you're not going to have some old stuff reappear, but this is going to be the time to spring into new action. Now, I got the birds. I might pull a couple of clarifying cards on that. Let me just tune into this and see what I get. Okay, well, I do get the fact that, in this new you and this new world and where you belong, there's going to be some negotiation. There's going to be contacts and discussion and maybe even some debate. And look at where this card is going to go, right under the whip. This is where I almost feel like some of you may be speaking up and saying, wait a minute. No, you know what I mean? That's not the leap of faith that I want to take. That's not the direction that I want to go in. I am going to pull. Let me just shuffle it and see if I get any clarification on that birds card for you. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. Very, very significant card. And that is the diamond ring. That's bringing things to the next level. All right, so whatever this debate, this communication, this negotiation, This is you taking things to the next level, making your statement of intent. I'm worth more. This is where I intend to go. This is my place in the world. And I'm not saying this is going to happen tomorrow, but I'm saying it's coming. Getting to a new agreement. And I'm not saying that this couldn't be marriage. Some of you might have this kind of thing going on, but I'm getting the very distinct energy that this is all to do with partnership, anything you're doing in collaboration, where you belong in the world, who you belong with. And yeah, statement of intent and next level is what immediately came to me when I pulled that card. So you got that going on. Let's look at the Zodiac 108. Let's see what this deck goes a little bit deeper. It gives me some really great keywords to work with. Oh my gosh, checkered flag and coin toss. Both are kind of game related. Or, chess. No way. Chess pulled out too. All right, and fine print. Let's see what else we got. No. That's just a few too many flipping over all at once as Debbie just losing control of the cards. All right, let's just get some more. All right, Source, what do we got for Capricorn friends? Eclipse. Oh, eclipse are coming. Yachts. Woo! We got yachts. We got very likely. Yacht, very likely. Not bad, hey? All right, I'm going to see if I can get one more. Come on. All right, one more. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I should have stopped while we were ahead. I got the pillory, too, which is serving sometimes, some kind of open dishonor. We're going to have to find out what that is about, because I'm not even sure. Maybe I pushed it on that card and didn't listen to Spirit. All right. The first thing that came out, the two cards that I saw first, coin toss. I feel like they need to be read together. Checkered flag. Actually, I should probably read chess with it. They all feel like games to me. Okay? I'm going to read these together. That's just wild. Okay. So you're being asked to weigh the pros and cons in every situation that's coming to you now. Because you are, for whatever reasons, you are in a place where you're going to be negotiating your place in the world. So you're going to be asking yourself, which is the most fair? You're going to want to look at both sides of the coin and make a decide. And in some cases, you're not really sure what to decide. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to know that either way, if you're undecided, that either way is going to probably have the same results. And then we've got the checkered flag, which is really the outcome. It signals the end of something. This may actually be the end. Listen, if you don't get what you want in these negotiations, this might be where you say, checkered flag. I'm closing the door to this. I'm worth more than this. I need more than this. I'm finished. And you will finish first. You will be in the right place for you. Yeah. So something is coming to a completion. And interesting, chess, right? Chess is about planning and strategy. Thinking ahead, moves and countermoves, master plan. So again, I'm really getting this very strongly that, we've just got a whole bunch of cards lined up to you're negotiating where you belong in the world, where you fit in, where you want to affiliate yourself, where you don't. And you're in negotiations, man. You are in negotiations, game theory. This is your master plan, your course of action. And it is a coin toss. You might not know 50-50 which way it's going to go, but whatever happens, it's going to be the right thing. I'm telling you, this was the next card. Well, I saw fine print and yacht around the same time. Okay, but I want to say that let's do this. The fine print, take a closer look. This is all part of, I want to say structuring this deal, whatever's going on. You're going to want to make sure that you're really paying attention, that you're looking close at the details, you're reading between the lines, you're double checking everything having to do with it. And it's part of your master strategy. But again, the coin toss is saying, by you going through this process, it's really you knowing what you're worth. It's really part of the abundance plans that you have. It's part of making real your dreams of what you see coming. And I think the yacht says that it's going to work out really well. Really well. Affluence, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, smooth sailing, and great ease. So when you get to where you want to be, this is where you're going to end up. We do, and I saw that it very likely came up right after the yacht. So I want to say that it's very likely, and I'm almost seeing this as a portal. I'm seeing that almost as a portal to the future. It's very likely that whatever it is you're working on is going to come to pass. And you know what? We got the eclipse. I don't know if this happens as a result of the eclipse. I don't know if the eclipse has anything to do with it whatsoever. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I don't think that the pillory was a mistake. There's a fear here. And the fear, let me see, what was the fear? The fear is around your work and daily life breaking down. And I want to say, this pillory might have to do with your fear that you will be somehow dishonored. Or that you will suffer public ridicule for, making the changes that you want to make. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards for clarification, and I'm gonna pull it from the Intuit Oracle. I like that deck for. Can I have some clarifications around the pillory and the eclipse? Okay, well, something you're deeply committed to. All right, the Loons is about deep commitment, reawakening lost hopes. Oh, I get it. Okay, what this is that, yes, that's your fears. The eclipse is your temporary block, your sudden darkness, your fear, your loss of power. There's a period of time where you have a loss of fear. But listen, the Loons offers deep commitment. This is you manifesting what you desire. Okay? It's manifesting what you desire. It's reawakening hope, lost hopes. It's all in for what you love. It's your deepest desire. Okay? It's a deep commitment. So your deep commitment to what it is you're trying to achieve, that is what's going to get you through that eclipse, where you're kind of going into that pillory energy, that slight fear energy. Okay, I am going to pull from the Twin Flame deck, and I'm using this less for relationship basis, although it could have some relationship significance. It's really more about your higher self and what messages your higher self has, because really the Twin Flame energy is inside of us, and it is the merging of the feminine masculine energies within us, our balance with that energy. And it is only then that it can be outer expressed. So while this reading does not specifically have to do with any of the love relationships, you can guarantee that once you get to that space where you are at one with you and in alignment with you, that if you haven't that person can emerge for you if you want it. Some people don't want that. It's all in what you want. All right, hang on. Let's see. Okay, words have hurt me in the past. I want to say words that you've said to yourself have hurt you in the past, and that's where some fear comes from. Hang on. Oh. awakening. Okay, communication. Let's see. What else have we got? Okay, let's take those cards. All right. So yeah, the first card that I saw is words have hurt me in the past. And I want to say that I think probably the thing that's always hurt all of us the most is when we talk to ourselves. And this all has to do with self-worth, right? So I think that there's an aspect that needs to move past the words that have been spoken to self, and that will help tremendously in losing the fear that we have that's not self-trust. I'm awakening. I know more than I'm letting on. This to me says that though we might not be paying attention on a conscious level to what is going on a day-to-day basis, that your higher self is just letting you know that they're always there with you, always working on it with you. Separated or together, we're working in tandem. So that means whether you're conscious of that higher aspect or whether you're not, it doesn't really matter, that that side of you is working with you. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it. That sounds a lot more like relationship. But this could very well be you being too busy to talk to your higher self. And if that's the case, I would like to encourage you to slow down. If you don't have time to really tune into your higher self and hear what that inner child has to say and the higher spirit has to say, then that's something you're going to want to think about. And this journey is teaching us the most important spiritual lesson of patience. So in essence, yeah, this next couple of months, I think it's going to require a lot of patience for all of us, because the inner changes that we're going to be seeing, we have to be conscious of the fact that it is those inner changes that we're making that's going to bring the outer changes, and it's not the other way around. So it's very important that we realize that this is going to take a bit of time. It's all going so damn fast for me. I mean, time. We're already at the end of the year. It's so weird. I mean, it seems like it was just January and now here it is, and it's November, soon to be December. And it feels like I just blinked. So when we think of patience, I mean, all we have to think of is, actually, are we too busy to take the time to slow time down so that we can tune into what it is we need to tune into? Final thing I'm going to do is just pull an Ascended Master card and see if we've got a message coming in. Oh my God, it's Katumi again! Katumi! Katumi is my own personal teacher. No, I mean, he's there for everybody. I didn't mean it to sound like that. But I had 2 years of tutelage from Ascended Master Katumi. I'm telling you, it was the most incredible learning experience of my life. And the message that Katumi is bringing, this is the second time that he's come in readings in this series, is he's saying stay focused. That's the most important thing that we need to do right now, is just stay focused on this shift and change that's happening right now, because the shift and change. Okay, I hear him. It's so weird. It's like when I look at this card, I can hear him talking to me and Deborah. But yeah, okay, do you have something you really want to say? Yeah, it's basically that everything that we've been working for is right here. It's sitting in front of us. This is what changes everything. So while people are waiting for certain things to change in the world, that's the wrong focus. The right focus is change in your world, and the world is going to change around you. Thank you. Yes. So we will crown this reading off with Ascended Master Katumi. Thank you, Katumi. I appreciate your presence. I wasn't sure I wanted to I wasn't sure I wanted to pull up an Ascended Master deck. It's so funny because I've got this real, I don't want to even say love-hate relationship with Ascended Masters, but I have learned that there have been dark energies using some of the New Age community and some Ascended Masters to do not so good things. So I have to keep remembering, and I think that's why Katumi keeps coming up for me. It's like reminding me, Deborah, we've done a lot of work together. You do trust me, do you not? Yeah. So anyways, Capricorns, you are blessed with a visit from Katumi. And what an incredible teacher. All right. Well, let me just wrap this video up by saying thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you got something out of it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, share it with someone who loves Capricorn, share it with a Capricorn, share it with a Capricorn rising or ascendant, if you feel that it will be helpful to them. And if you haven't, please, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. For each person that, subscribes, YouTube is more likely to refer me to others who might be interested in what is going on New Earth. And I'm a brand new channel, could really use subscribers. So thank you so much. And until next time, namaste. Bye.